Do you want to make money fast and level up quickly in Phasmophobia? Then you should avoid this one mistake. In this video I'm going to explain to you why Insanity mode is bad for fast money, and I'm going to show you a much more efficient and faster way to gain levels and money. I'm also going to show you a few runs of this where I'm going to explain everything, and I'm going to show you the settings for this in the end. So I hope you stick around to the end to become an absolute beast in Phasmophobia. But let's not waste any more time, let's hop right into this guide. First off, I want to say if you're brand new to the game, I will probably go with professional for farming levels. You get all 3 evidences in this mode to identify the ghost, and it's easy to learn the ghost behaviors. Once you learn the ghost behaviors, try to iron them out in Insanity mode. You will still get 1 evidence, but the rest you have to do with ghost behavior. As I mentioned before, I wouldn't use Insanity mode though to farm a lot of levels and money. And there's 3 main reasons for that. First of all, you will waste way too much time going in and out with your equipment trying to get that 1 evidence. It might also distract you from actually looking at the ghost behavior when it's happening. Second reason is, even if you get the evidence, you might end up with a ghost that is actually hard to figure out. Some of your games might go very quickly, but some of them might take an hour. And the third and the last reason why I wouldn't take this mode is because of the lack of a cursed possession. A cursed possession is actually very useful to speed up the game and drop your sanity fast. Or you could even use it to drop into a certain sanity range to test something. And because there is no cursed possession, you have to wait till your sanity drops, and this takes a long time. And this is why I came up with a much better custom difficulty setting where the reward goes up to 10.72. Before I go over the concept of this difficulty, I want to warn you, it's gonna sound outlandish and crazy, but I can guarantee you it's gonna be fairly simple to execute. And I can also guarantee you that you will become an absolute god in Phasmophobia very quickly and at 0 risk doing this. So the base concept of what we want to do is to get the ghost to hunt immediately. And we will try to figure out the ghost just with that 1 hunt. If we can't figure out the ghost, we will leave immediately and we will start a new game. Now you would ask yourself, is he crazy? How can you figure out the ghost in just 1 hunt, right? Well, there's actually quite a few ghosts that you can figure out with just 1 hunt if you're trained enough. A lot of them you can actually figure out by just listening to the footsteps. And if you want to learn how to do that, I'm gonna link a video in the top right corner. So once you can tell the difference between a normal speed ghost and a fast or a slow ghost, you can rule out the following ghosts. So if you have a normal speed ghost, you can rule out the Moroi, a Diogen, a Fae, the Twins, the Hantu and the Revenant. If you watch that video that I just linked, you can easily tell apart these ghosts just by the footsteps. Just as a quick reminder, normal ghost speed is at 1.7 meters per second. A Moroi at 0 sanity will run around at 2.25 meters per second. And it will also speed up in line of sight to 3.71 meters per second. A Diogen will run at you at 3 meters per second and slow down in front of you. Also, the Diogen will always know where you are. A Fae will run around at 2.7 meters per second consistently and will not speed up in line of sight. The Twins will hunt with either a slow ghost at 1.5 meters per second or with a fast ghost at 1.9 meters per second. The Hunter will be very fast in the ghost room at 2.7 meters per second, but will slow down significantly outside of the ghost room because the breaker is on. It will run at 1.4 meters per second. The Hantu also is completely driven by temperature, so it will not speed up in line of sight of you. The Revenant will walk around very slowly at 1 meters per second, but if it spots you either with the flashlight, voice or in line of sight, it will speed up to 3 meters per second to the last known location of you. We will go in with a photo cam, have it out during the hunt and see if the ghost is speeding up immediately. If the Raichu is nearby active electronics, it will speed up instantly to 2.5 meters per second. Since the breaker is on, you can also do a line of sight speed up test with the Jin. It will instantly speed up to 2.5 meters per second and will slow down in front of you. You can also rule out the Myling during the hunt because it has very subtle footsteps. If you can hear footsteps without your cam glitching, then it's not a Myling. If the footsteps are fading in with the glitching of the cam, it is a Myling. You can also test for yokai in a separate room. For example, on Tanglewood, if the ghost is in the foyer and you are in the garage, close the garage door fully. Have your cam out and see if the ghost is instantly coming to you. If it doesn't, then it is a yokai. You can also just call for it with your mic and see if it's coming. You can also figure out an obake during a hunt. Just loop it around the kitchen counter and see if it changes the ghost model. And there is more that you can figure out, for example, the phantom. The phantom will pause longer between the blinks than normal ghosts. Normal ghosts are blinking between 0.3 and 1 second, and the phantom is blinking between 1 and 2 seconds. And you can also figure out the Oni almost the same way. It is going invisible for even a shorter amount of time than normal ghosts, so it is visible during the hunts for longer. And this is more of a behavior you can spot during the hunt. You can also figure out the poltergeist just by the throwing capabilities. Because the poltergeist has a 100% chance to throw an item every half a second, while normal ghosts only have a 50% chance to actually do that. So if it throws a lot and far, it might be a poltergeist. So as you can see, you can rule out 14 of the 24 ghosts in Phasmophobia with just one hunt. And believe it or not, you can even rule out some of these ghosts still if they show their behavior. For example, if the ghost turns on a light, you can rule out the mare, or if it double touches a door, it's gonna be a Ure, or if it hunts in the same room as you, then it's not gonna be a shade. So even if you rule out all of these ghosts, you could still take an educated guess and just leave. I know this is a lot to take in, that's why it's important to actually practice this a lot. And believe me, the more you do this, the better you get. That's why I'm also going to show you some runs so you can get a feeling for this, and also to show you the various payouts you get even if you're getting the ghost wrong. After that, I'm going to show you exactly how I got this reward multiplier. And by the way, if you want to become an absolute monster in this game, make sure to subscribe so I can blast you with some more tips and tricks. But let's not waste more time, let's hop into these runs. So we are here on Tanglewood, and the first thing you will notice is that I'm only taking a camera, a smudge stick and a lighter. Technically you can only bring that because that's all you need, so you only need to buy a smudge stick and a lighter. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm turning on the light in the living room. Then I'm going to the kitchen, turning on this light and the utility room light, plus the garage light as well. So the breaker is on from the beginning, and then I'm just waiting technically for the hunt, while also listening if the ghost is doing anything and where it's doing it, because I have a 0 grace period right now. I don't want to be on top of the ghost when it starts hunting, because that would basically mean that we are actually dying instantly. I'm also going to look out for the bone while doing that. Now it started hunting, and you did notice that it was very fast from far away and it slowed down immediately. And that is totally a Diogen, right? Very easy. I also try to take a picture of the ghost if I can. I'm also quickly taking a look if there's any other objectives that I can do immediately. So the hunt is over. Now I didn't find any bone immediately, so I'm just gonna leave. I don't waste any more time. You could technically still trying to find the bone if you want to, but I'm just gonna dash. I'm gonna put in Diogen, and then we are just gonna leave and see what this ghost was. So as you can see, it was a Diogen, and we made quite a bunch of money in this one. So we made over $300 and over 400 XP with this one, and that all in just 1 minute and 47 seconds. Isn't that amazing, right? Let's see what the next run is gonna be. We always do the same thing. I'm always turning on the light in the living room. Now you see it's already started hunting. And it's also normal speed, as you can hear. I'm trying to lure it with my cam. This is just going to be a quick yokai test to see if it's coming. The ghost is currently in the kitchen, as you can hear. Now it went down to the basement. That means it completely ignored me. I'm quickly going to try to find the bone to see if I can find it. And quickly going to check the objectives to see if I can quickly do any of those. And if I can't find it, I'm just gonna dash, and then we are gonna continue with the next game. So as you can see, I didn't find the bone, so I just dashed and I'm gonna leave. I'm putting in yokai because it didn't come to me at all when I had the cam out, and that's pretty much an indication that it actually cannot sense us at a distance. And there we go, it was a yokai. We made over 200 bucks with this one and over 300 XP as well. And that all in 2 minutes. Let's have a look at the next one. We are going in, we are turning on the light in the living room again. And there we go, we have a hunt right away. That was actually pretty dangerous, but we still survived it with the smudge stick. Now we are listening for the footsteps. As you can hear, the ghost is actually still faster. So it is faster than normal, and that can only be the twins. Because it's the fast twin that is currently hunting. So I'm putting in twins and I'm quickly gonna see if I can find the bone laying around somewhere. And if I can't find it, I'm just gonna dash immediately. So there we go. I couldn't find it straight away, so I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna put in twins. I have done 2 objectives as well while doing that. I could have tried to take a ghost picture as well, but you know, you will not get them all. Doesn't matter, just leave. And there we go, we have the twins and we made a bunch of money again. Over 400 bucks and over 500 XP with this one. And that all in just 1 minute and 29 seconds. Let's see what the next one has in store for us. I'm gonna go in again and I'm gonna turn on all the lights as always. While also looking for the bone. While doing that, while also listening for the ghost. So it just moved that door, that basement door. So I'm gonna try to not be too close to that, so it's not gonna start a hunt on top of me. I'm closing the garage door because I think the ghost is most likely in the kitchen waiting for the hunt. There is the hunt. Let's listen. As you can hear, the ghost is actually normal speed. And I'm testing for yokai with the cam as well, if it's coming for us. And it did come for us, as you can see. I have done 2 objectives now because of the ghost event. Taking a photo of the ghost as well. And I'm just leaving. The reason why I'm leaving is because it was a normal ghost. I couldn't figure out the ghost. So I'm putting this in here as well. I've done all 3 objectives as well. Didn't get the bone though. So I'm just guessing what it could be. I don't really know. So let's see what we are getting with that. And it was an Onryo that would have been impossible to figure out with just 1 hunt. We still get 100 bucks and 100 XP from that one. Isn't that amazing? And this all in just 1 minute and 29 seconds. So let's have a look at the next one. I'm going in again. As always, turn on the living room light and the kitchen light, utility plus garage. Most important lights that you need. We already have a hunt in. Let's listen. It's normal speed. And as you were able to hear, it did speed up in line of sight. It was normal speed in the beginning, then it did speed up. So that is totally a chin. And we are quickly gonna try to find the bone. And if we can't find it, we are gonna dash. So I couldn't find the bone. I'm just leaving and I'm putting in chin. And then we are seeing what we are gonna get with that. Over 300 bucks again and over 400 experience from that. And that all in just 1 minute and 52 seconds. Let's have a look at the next one over here. I'm gonna turn on the light again in the living room as always. And I'm gonna go straight for the other lights. It already hunted, so we are listening. As you can hear, it is normal speed, so I'm gonna check for yokai with the cam. So I couldn't figure out what this ghost is. I couldn't really tell. It was a normal speed ghost. So I'm just gonna quickly trying to find the bone. And if I can't find it, I'm just gonna dash. And there we go. I couldn't find the bone. I'm just gonna put in a ghost that I think it is. and then we are leaving. And there we go, it was another Onryo. Even though we didn't get that right, let's see how much money we get. So we still got 90 bucks for that and 90 XP, which is pretty good for not figuring out the ghost. And all of that in just 1 minute and 52 seconds. So I wanted to include this one for you to see that it's not always going as planned. So I'm just going to try to mess around a little bit to see if it's a yokai and if it's coming for us. I don't really care if I'm dying because I wanted to show you this here. You can just leave if you want to not lose any items. So this is a bit cheesy, I know, but if you leave before the death sequence is actually over, you won't get punished and you won't lose your items. But technically, if you don't want to cheese it like that, you could also just take the loss, to be honest. As I mentioned before, you only need to bring a smudge stick and a lighter. A lighter only costs 10 bucks in the store and the smudge stick only 15 bucks in the store. So essentially you are only risking 25 bucks while going in. And as you've seen before, you could easily triple that even when you're getting the ghost wrong. So even if you don't want to cheese it with just leaving, your risk of losing a lot of money is very low. Let's have a look at the next run over here. We are going in again, we are turning on the lights, so we are not completely in the darkness. You should always do this as quickly as possible, so you're not getting haunted right away. As you can hear, it's also a normal speed ghost again. I'm trying to see if it's a yokai with the cam. Also notice that I'm in the garage and the garage door is completely closed. I'm doing this because in case it is coming into the garage, I'm gonna stand all the way in the back to test for a Jinn. And I'm also having the cam out to test for a Raichu if it's coming close. And as you can see, it didn't come for us, so it's totally a yokai. So let's go have a quick search for the bone and then just leave. So I couldn't find the bone again, so I'm just gonna leave and going for the next game. So we only had one objective right and we got the ghost type right. And we made over 300 bucks with that as well and over 400 XP again. And all of that in just 2 minutes. So let's have a look at another one. We are turning on all the lights. And we were even able to hear the ghost throwing something in the kitchen. So I'm trying to stay in the garage just to see when it starts hunting. Let's listen for the footsteps again. So one thing you will probably notice with this one here is that it is normal speed, but it's also very visible during the hunt. So this is totally an Oni. The pauses between the blinks are very short, so it's very visible during the hunt, and it was also very easy to take a photo of it. I'm quickly gonna try to find the bone again, and then we are just gonna leave. I couldn't find it, but let's leave anyways. And we made over 200 bucks from that and also over 300 XP. Let's have a look at another one. We are turning on all the lights while looking for the bone. So it was a normal speed ghost again, but I couldn't really figure out what it was. And you might have just noticed that just after the hunt we heard a double door touch. So this is 100% the U-Ray that just used its ability. So that's why I was saying, even if we can't figure out the ghost, we still have a chance to figure it out while searching for the bone. Because we are at 0 sanity, the ghost is going to be very active and we have a good chance that it's showing one of its special ghost behaviors. Also, after the hunt, it might be a good idea to just use your smudge stick so it's not hunting right away again. This will give you some more time to find the bone. It will make the ghost even more active, and you will also get the objective if you have it. So I couldn't find the bone for this one, so I'm just gonna leave with Uray. And we got a staggering 449 bucks from this one. And over 500 XP as well. And that all in just 2.5 minutes. I wanted to include this one here as well. This is what you get if you get the ghost stripe plus all 3 objectives plus the ghost photo plus the bone photo. You are getting $673 and 780 XP. So as you can see, the games took 2 minutes on average and the risk is very low. Trust me, if you practice this a lot, you will get much better in normal games as well. Because the games are going so fast, you will see a variety of ghosts and you can learn very fast. And at some point you will become so good doing this that it's just going to be a gut feeling what the ghost is. So these here are the settings that I'm using. Starting sanity is at 0, sanity pill restoration at 0, sanity drain speed at 200, sprinting is on, player speed is 100, flashlights are off, and loose items on F are on. And then we have the ghost speed at 100, roaming frequency high, changing favorite room high, interaction amount low, event frequency low, friendly ghost off, grace period 0, hunt duration high, kills extent hunts low, and evidence given 0. Just to mention over here, you can set the grace period to 1 if you want to. It doesn't do too much to the rewards, right? So if you want to be more safe, you can actually set it to 1 second. 0 second is pretty hard, because if the ghost is on top of you, it will kill you immediately. And then we have the contract. Setup time is 0. Weather is fog. Fog is for the visibility. You can see a little bit better in the dark if you have fog on. Door starting open, high, number of hiding places none, sanity monitor off, activity monitor off, fuse box at the start of the contract on, fuse box visible on map off, curse possessions quantity 0. So these are the most efficient settings I found so far. Let me know in the comments if you found something else. Thank you guys for watching, and we see us in the next one. Oh, all these patrons. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. Mwah. Big schmouts.